Jesus Christ. Welcome to the 5th Archieparchal Women's Day, sponsored by the Ukrainian Catholic Archieparchy of Philadelphia, the Sister Servants of Mary Immaculate, the Missionary Sisters of the Mother of God, and the Sisters of the Order of St. Vincent the Great. As you know, our Archbishop Metropolitan Stefan Soroka is usually with us on this day. In the midst of this being called to Ukraine to elect a new patriarch, he did think of us and penned a little reading. My involvement in the electoral synod for our new major archbishop has necessitated my not being able to join you today for this exciting Women's Day. I am with you in the spirit of prayer and in my love and admiration for the faithful planners of the Archieparchal Women's Day programs. This year's program truly provides for a rebirth in one's faith. You will explore God's presence in the seasons of a woman's life. You are graced to have the expertise of exceptional speakers. You yourselves have the experience of your own life's challenges to share with one another. God is present in your care, shown for each other this day. Celebrate this day with your wholehearted participation in prayer. Know that God will bless you in ways unknown to you. Know of my love for you and of my appreciation for your choosing to journey this day as part of a larger spiritual family. I am confident that you will return to your homes and parishes with renewed faith and enhanced understanding that we do not walk alone, as God is with us. Stefan Soroka, Metropolitan Archbishop.
Everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven.
And the Blessed Mother, look at the Blessed Mother up above here. She's so happy to see you. She's so excited that you come here to hear about her son, Jesus. Now I want everybody to take everything out of your mind and just think about Jesus. Jesus on the cross. And he's saying to you, I love you. I love you. And he wants you to love him back. Now I'm going to read this Ecclesiasticus. And these are words from the Bible, and these are God's words. So if you could close your eyes and just think of Jesus. Think of Jesus on the cross. I love you, Jesus. Say to yourself, I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. There is an appointed time for everything, and a time for every affair under the heavens. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to uproot the plant. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to tear down, and a time to build. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones, and a time to gather them. A time to embrace, and a time to lose. A time to keep, and a time to cast away. A time to rend, and a time to sow. A time to be silent, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate. A time of war, and a time of peace. I hope after this is all over we have a time to eat.
Thank you, Sister Timothy. It's hard to follow that showstopper, but I'm going to try, because it's my privilege to introduce our first speaker today, Lada Pastuszak. Lada is no stranger to our Women's Day programs. She had been our participant in a previous program that showcased her artistic talents. Today she's a speaker on the spring season in a woman's life, a time full of lofty goals and expectations. And to that, Lada has always loved her Ukrainian heritage and its rich culture and language. This has prepared her well for her career. After attaining a master's in foreign relations, which you know is vital in our global economy nowadays, she is presently program director at U.S.-Ukraine Business Council in Washington, D.C. Those of you who are familiar with this council, it's an important organization that promotes better business practices and laws between Ukraine and over 100 major important companies in the U.S., as well as government and congressional organizations here. And on that note, I present to you Lada.
Вітаю всіх, що приїхали посвяткувати архієпальний День жінки. Приємного вам дня. Dear sisters, mothers, great-grandmothers, grandmothers, friends, and guests. I'm going to provide you with my own brief vision, but my highlight would be to gauge you and to hear from you. I'm spring. I still have a lot to learn. Since times immemorial, the season of spring has always played a very special and unique role in the lives of our ancestors, even in pre-Christian times. The most religious, social, and other events took place during spring. Spring, it was not due to chance, spring, as a symbol of a new beginning, an incarnation of new hope, provided people with an opportunity to put behind all the hardships and misfortunes of the past year and start over again with a hope for positive change, a better future. And Mother Nature herself, with her warm sun rays, fresh wind, longer days, encouraged the mood of new opportunities, transformation, optimism, goodness. With the arrival of the Christian faith, this trend became emphasized many times over. As we all know, Easter, the celebration of the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ, is the very symbol of not only a new beginning and new hope for a better future, but powerful proof that notwithstanding all the misfortunes and darkness of this world, at the end, light and goodness will always prevail. Rebirth always conquers death. Hope always overcomes despair. While this theme of spring is very much applicable to every human being and equally to non-human elements of our planet, it is very topical for us women. We present and future mothers, grandmothers, great-grandmothers, daughters, sisters, aunts, not only cognitively comprehend, but more importantly, feel in our hearts the importance of the themes of birth, rebirth, continuation and preservation of life, growth and advancement of our families, civic organizations, and society at large. It is also very important to realize that the topic under discussion is not the thing of the past. On the contrary, it is very much real and applicable to our modern times and daily lives, challenges, and fears. The recent major recession in our country, the ongoing wars in the Middle East, the new disaster in Japan, the latest democracy setbacks in Ukraine, are just a few examples of the major issues we're facing today. Issues that cannot be resolved with the help of pragmatic politics or advanced technologies alone. Issues that require soul-searching, moral courage, and a steadfast faith in God to be resolved. And so today, more than ever, we need to understand and embrace this eternal theme of reincarnation and resurrection, the premise of spring values, making them the guidelines for for all of our decisions. Secondly, we need to embrace the concept of innovation. Because without innovation, there's also no future. We must find a way to ensure that the future belongs to us. Yes, we have to strive to educate our children in our language, tradition, and faith. But we also need to account for the modern day realities. Otherwise, we will not accept it. We need to generate ideas, programs, organizations that will appeal to our youth, not repeal it. Yes, we have to strive to help our ancestral land of Ukraine to modernize, become more democratic, become more Ukrainian, but also take into account, again, the reality. Otherwise, we will be labeled as outsiders and shut off from influencing the real force of events. As women, as Ukrainian Christian women, we must lead the way as we have done so in the past. In conclusion, I would like to emphasize the main message of my short address. Spring is the symbol of hope to all, but especially to us, Ukrainian Christian women. And as we are living through these challenging times, we have no choice but at this very moment, today, this spring, to embrace the concept of new hope and new action through the teachings of Jesus, arm ourselves with the core values of the past and new ways of today, and confidently move forward as women of our community have successfully done in the past over and over again. And above all, as we continue fighting with the challenges of this often unfair and sinister world, we must always, no matter what, cherish in our hearts the holy spark of hope. As it says in Jeremiah, "For I know the plans I have for you. They are plans of good and not of disaster, to give you a future and hope." Thank you.
Continue again and again. You always go through the seasons of spring, summer, fall, and winter, and they do continue. But you always have to remember that there is a spring, there is a summer, there is a fall, there is a winter. Each season has its purpose. And with each season, there come responsibilities, whether it is an age that you see as a season, or whether it is an event that you see you have gone through in a season. So in that, it's you learn from your past, but you also have to look forward. You have to know, how do I reincarnate myself for next year? How do I rebirth myself for the next big event?